Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you guys about overcoming objections and while having conversations with people because I know that is the biggest obstacle in um, most people's journey as a coach and trying to get started. So I wrote down a couple of the most commonly used objections that I get and that I hear people getting, and I'm just going to go over some of the ways that I like to overcome those objections personally. Obviously, it all is different depending on exactly who that person is and where they're coming from. But the number one thing that I really want to talk to you guys about is that this business is based on trust. And I know that I've said that so many times, but 90% of people are not going to just buy a package from you immediately as soon as they see that you're selling it. That is just not going to happen. And you really have to build a basis of trust with those people. And I think it comes naturally to some, and it might not come as naturally to others in how to have conversations with these people to help them learn how to trust you, but it's something that can be learned. So just a little bit of my background and why I think what I think has contributed to my success so far in this business is that I do have, I come from a background of being in counseling all my life. My parents were counselors and ministers. So I learned a lot about relational skills while sitting in these counseling sessions. And it's so funny because I hated it when I was in them at the time, but it's just so crazy to see that how it's paying off for me now because of how I've learned how to connect with people on a relational level and on a deeper level than just the sale or just, you know, what the ultimate goal is. It takes steps to get to that ultimate goal. And so I really think that something that can be worked on and learned is relational skills, and that is just so important in this business. So the first one I made a video about a couple days ago is about the price. That's the number one objection that we all get. And like I said before, the price to me is no big deal. I act like it's no big deal. I don't just blurt out the price ever. I find out. You always want to create dialogue with that person. You want to find out about themselves. You want to find out about their specific goals and where they're at physically right now. You want to tell them about the program. You want to ask them, does that sound something that you're interested in? The price is not ever something that I talk about until it comes down to the wire. And when that does come up, what I do is I tell them every single thing that they're getting, and I do not act like it is a big deal at all when I get to the price, because ultimately that is how I feel. I feel like this product, the service that we provide, the accountability that we provide, the programs that we promote, the paying $140 to $180 for it is nothing, and it's totally worth it, and it's priceless. So my attitude is that, and that's what I convey to people. And I feel that and I feel that they can really feel my energy through our conversations, because I'm not fearful of the price. I know that it is worth the price. So yeah, that's what I do. I go through and I tell them every single thing that they're getting with the 21-day fix. I tell them they're getting an eating plan, the portion control containers, the 8 different 30-minute workout DVDs. They're getting my online accountability groups, my 24/7 support for free. And then I say, and it's just $160. And do you know what that breaks down to? Just Shakeology. It breaks down to $4 a day for the most nutritious meal that you could get. I mean, it's totally worth it. So, yeah, that's the number one thing with price is just don't act like it's a big deal. Tell them everything they're getting about it, and then give them the price at the very end. The second one I get a lot is I don't like home workouts. I'm a gym rat. Well, You know, for me, I was too. I was in the gym. I tell them my story. I was in the gym for hours, several times a week, having to bring my kid there, put him in daycare there, getting interrupted because he's crying. Go there. Even if I didn't bring him there, say the kid's out of the picture, I would still go to spin class for an hour, hated every second of it, and didn't get the results that I get from these 30-minute workout programs. I fell into the trap of believing in the elliptical machine and the treadmill machine, and never once. I left frustrated. I would be on the elliptical for hours. I would bring my Netflix and try to put that on, and I wasn't seeing any difference. But when I started these home fitness systems and I stuck with it is when I've actually seen results, which I never got before. And I owned these programs. I owned like 4 different Beachbody programs that were just sitting in my closet. So even if people use that and say, oh, but I use it, I have them, but I've never used them before. Well, I did too. What got me to stick with a program and get results is the online accountability groups, and to have a free coach to hold me accountable for that, to have who I could ask questions to all the time, to have a support group. And that's the difference in trying these home workout videos. The other thing is that there's different workout videos for every single person out there. This is not a one-size-fits-all thing. Say they don't, you ask them, what are you looking for? What type of workout do you like? We've got dance, we've got high cardio, we've got weights, and everything in between. So there's something for everybody. The other thing is I'm too busy. Okay. That's a huge one with inviting people to the coaching opportunity and inviting people to the challenge groups. Well, this program is meant for busy people. I mean, the 30-minute programs that we do are meant for people who can't fit that hour and don't have the time to drive to the gym, spend an hour to an hour and a half, doing whatever they do there. Like I did, I ended up just walking around most of the time. These programs, it's perfect for busy people. I'm a mom. Now I do this full time, but I'm still very busy at it. Sometimes it's easy to make excuses, but I ultimately know that it's 30 minutes a day. Of course I can fit in 30 minutes a day. I might have to sacrifice some. I know some people who have to be at work at 7 o'clock in the morning and they don't get off until 7 o'clock at night. Like I've got a lot of nurse friends, and but this is still something that they can do. You have to sacrifice. I mean, you have to sacrifice for what you want. Nothing worth having does not require a sacrifice. So when they say, is it going to be easy? No, it's not necessarily going to be easy, but it is doable and it is manageable and it is something that you can keep up with, and it is something that you're going to see results from if you stick to it. So the busy excuse, awesome. This is exactly what you need. You don't have to figure out what you need to eat because they tell you what you need to eat. You don't need to figure out the portion sizes that you need to eat because it comes with it. You don't need to figure out what muscle group you have to work on when you go to the gym. You don't need to figure out if you have to do more cardio that day. I mean, it's just perfect. The other thing that I get is I could never stick to a diet. Well, because they look at the eating plan as a diet. Well, I hate that. I hate it when people call it a diet because I have been on diets before. I've been on diets where I was restricting my calories, where I was restricting my carbs. I was miserable. I was hangry all the time. I might see some results, but then as soon as I started eating food again, I would just gain it right back. It was nothing that was able to fit into my lifestyle until this program came along. So, when people say I could never stick to a diet, well, I say, great, this is not a diet. So this is exactly what you're looking for. This is a healthy eating plan. It does not restrict calories. It does not restrict your carbs. It teaches you the right amount of food to eat each day. And I guarantee you that you will eat more food than you do now, currently. It's just about eating the right foods. So the next one I want to talk about is when people say they don't like shakes. Well, this is something that, yeah, I mean, you are going to get the people who don't like shakes. I believe in Shakeology so much that I really encourage people to keep trying it until they find a way that they do like it. So, you know, the great thing about our program is it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Um, I say give it a good 30 days. If try it all different recipes. I personally love it. I've tried Herbalife before, and I have tried other shakes before, and I'm really weird about textures, and this does not have a chalky texture to me. I do blend mine most of the time, but I have found ways that I like it just shaken. But ultimately, that's not what this is about. It is a huge plus that it is delicious. It won't be delicious to everybody, but the main thing that Shakeology is about giving yourself good nutrients. So even when somebody says I really don't like it, I say but this is why it's still worth it, and to keep trying until you find a way that it is worth it, because it is so good for you. So yeah, it's like, say for example, I hate eating vegetables. I hate them, but I know that I have to eat them. And so what I do is I make myself eat them because I know that I need to eat them. So like I said, if they really don't like Shakeology, then I do, or if they say I just don't like shakes, well, you know, don't do it because you like it, then do it because it's good for you. So go from that point of view. Or go from the point of view that, yeah, I never liked shakes before either. All the other shakes I've tried have weird textures, or they don't sit well on my stomach, or you know, they get boring or whatever. Go from your own personal experience with it, and yeah, and try that. So obviously, always take it from a personal experience, and I say whatever objection they have, then turn it back around on them. I'm busy, great. I love busy people. I don't like shakes, yeah, me either. These are way different, and they're so good for you. The price, it's totally worth it. Like, you know, or have them compare it to a cost of a meal each day that they spend. Either way. Home workouts. I never stuck to a home workout ever before I got involved in a challenge group. Don't stick to a diet. I didn't either. And this is not a diet, and that's why I love it. So anyway, I hope that helps with some ideas. I'd love some feedback if there's anything else that I can focus more on in my next video. Let me know.